In the heart of southern Africa, nestled among the rolling hills and savannas of modern-day Zimbabwe, lie the ruins of a civilization lost to time. Great Zimbabwe, with its towering stone walls, intricate designs and mysterious aura, has captivated explorers, historians and archaeologists for centuries. This UNESCO World Heritage Site stands as a testament to the ingenuity, power and sophistication of its builders, the ancestors of the Shona people. Great Zimbabwe is not merely a collection of ancient stones, it is a symbol of African ingenuity and a testament to a rich and complex history. Its story is one of cultural transformation, economic prowess and political dominance, followed by a period of decline and abandonment, shrouded in mystery. The rediscovery of Great Zimbabwe in the late 19th century sparked a new era of inquiry, but also one of colonial misinterpretations and attempts to erase African ownership of its past. This essay embarks on a journey through time, exploring the captivating history of Great Zimbabwe. It delves into its origins, its rise to prominence as a major economic and political center, and the possible factors that led to its decline. We will examine the archaeological evidence that has helped reconstruct the site's chronology and challenge the colonial narratives that once dominated its interpretation. Join us as we unravel the mysteries of Great Zimbabwe, celebrate its enduring legacy, and gain a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of African history. The story of Great Zimbabwe begins long before the first stones were laid for its iconic walls. Archaeological evidence points to a gradual process of settlement and development in the region. Starting as early as the 4th century AD, early inhabitants, ancestors of the Shona people, established farming communities mastering the art of agriculture and ironworking. These early settlements, like those at Gokomere and Zizo, laid the foundation for a more complex society to emerge. Around the 9th century AD, a shift occurred, indicating the rise of a more centralized and hierarchical society. The settlement on the hill complex of Great Zimbabwe emerged, characterized by more sophisticated craftsmanship and the production of not only iron but also copper, bronze and gold artifacts. This period witnessed the beginnings of the distinctive architectural style that would come to define Great Zimbabwe. The first stone structures, built using a dry stone walling technique, began to appear. These early constructions, referred to as Class P and PQ architecture, were characterized by coursed and shimmed walls, showcasing a growing mastery of stone construction. The settlement's strategic location, perched on a hill overlooking the surrounding plains, provided both defensive advantages and control over trade routes, contributing to its growing importance. As the population grew and trade networks expanded, Great Zimbabwe transitioned from a small settlement to a burgeoning center of power and influence. The stage was set for the emergence of a powerful kingdom that would leave an indelible mark on the landscape and history of southern Africa. Between the 12th and 15th centuries AD, Great Zimbabwe experienced a period of unprecedented growth and prosperity, transforming into a major political and economic powerhouse in southern Africa. This era marked the pinnacle of architectural achievement with the construction of the site's most iconic structures, including the Great Enclosure and the elaborate stonework on the hill complex. The Great Enclosure, a massive circular structure with walls reaching over 30 feet high and spanning over 800 feet in circumference, stands as a testament to the engineering prowess of the time. Its construction, involving the quarrying, shaping and placement of millions of granite blocks without the use of mortar, remains a remarkable feat. Within the walls of the Great Enclosure and on the hill complex, elite residences, ceremonial platforms and a complex network of passageways emerged. The discovery of imported artifacts, including glass beads, Chinese celadon, Near Eastern earthenware, and even Ming Dynasty porcelain, provides tangible evidence of Great Zimbabwe's far-reaching trade networks. These luxury goods, alongside locally produced gold, copper and ivory, flowed along trade routes connecting Great Zimbabwe to the east coast of Africa and beyond. The rulers of Great Zimbabwe, likely part of a dynasty referred to as the Rosvi in later Shona traditions, commanded vast resources and held sway over a wide area. They controlled the production and trade of gold, ivory and other valuable commodities, accumulating wealth and consolidating their power. The grandeur of Great Zimbabwe, with its impressive architecture and evidence of long-distance trade, reflects the wealth and influence of these rulers. This golden age of Great Zimbabwe, however, would not last forever. By the late 15th century, the city began to decline, eventually leading to its abandonment. The reasons behind this decline are complex and still debated by historians and archaeologists. By the late 15th century AD, the once thriving metropolis of Great Zimbabwe began a slow and steady decline. The grandeur of its architecture and the evidence of a bustling society slowly gave way to silence as the city was gradually abandoned. The exact reasons for this decline remain shrouded in mystery, with scholars proposing a combination of factors that likely contributed to Great Zimbabwe's demise. One prominent theory focuses on environmental degradation and resource depletion. The growing population of Great Zimbabwe and its demand for resources, particularly wood for fuel and construction, may have put a strain on the surrounding environment. Deforestation could have led to soil erosion, reduced rainfall, and a decline in agricultural productivity, making it difficult to sustain a large population. Another possibility is that Great Zimbabwe's trade routes were disrupted or shifted, weakening its economic base. The rise of new trading powers along the East African coast or changes in trade patterns could have diminished the flow of goods and wealth into Great Zimbabwe, undermining its prosperity. Internal strife or conflict with neighboring groups could have also played a role in the city's decline. The abandonment of Great Zimbabwe was not an abrupt event, but rather a gradual process that unfolded over several generations. As conditions deteriorated, people likely migrated to other areas, seeking new opportunities and resources. By the 16th century, the once great city was largely deserted, its magnificent stone structures left to the elements and the passage of time. Despite the mysteries surrounding its decline, Great Zimbabwe's legacy lived on in the oral traditions of the Shona people. The site continued to hold cultural and spiritual significance, and its memory would eventually draw the attention of explorers and scholars centuries later. Section 5. Rediscovery and the Spectre of Colonial Narratives, circa 1700 to 1900 AD. The 18th and 19th centuries marked a period of rediscovery for Great Zimbabwe, as European explorers and travelers stumbled upon its impressive ruins. However, this rediscovery was unfortunately intertwined with the prevailing colonial mindset of the time, leading to misinterpretations and attempts to erase African agency from its history. Early European visitors, influenced by racist ideologies that deemed Africans incapable of such architectural achievements, refused to believe that Great Zimbabwe could have been built by the ancestors of the local Shona people. Instead, they attributed its construction to various external actors, including ancient Phoenicians, Arabs, or even a lost white civilization. One of the most notable figures in this early period was the German explorer Karl Mauch, who visited Great Zimbabwe in 1871. Mauch, swayed by his own prejudices, declared the ruins to be the work of the ancient biblical Queen of Sheba, further fueling the narrative of non-African origins. These colonial narratives served several purposes. They reinforced the supposed superiority of European civilization and justified colonial expansion and domination by portraying Africans as incapable of managing their own affairs or creating such magnificent structures. These misinterpretations were used to justify the seizure of land and resources, claiming that Europeans were reclaiming what was rightfully theirs. Despite these attempts to rewrite history, the true origins of Great Zimbabwe would eventually be revealed through rigorous archaeological investigations and the tireless work of scholars who challenged the prevailing colonial biases. Section 6. Unveiling the Truth Archaeological Excavations and African Origins. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed a shift in the understanding of Great Zimbabwe, as systematic archaeological excavations began to challenge the colonial narratives that had misrepresented its history. Pioneering archaeologists, driven by a commitment to scientific inquiry and a rejection of racial biases, played a crucial role in uncovering the truth about Great Zimbabwe's African origins. One of the first scholars to challenge the prevailing theories was British archaeologist David Randall McIver. In 1905, he conducted the first scientific excavations at Great Zimbabwe, meticulously documenting his findings and employing a more objective approach to interpretation. His work, based on stratigraphy and artifact analysis, provided compelling evidence that Great Zimbabwe was indeed of African origin, built by ancestors of the Shona people. Further confirmation came from the work of Gertrude Carton-Thompson, a British archaeologist who conducted excavations at the site in 1929. Carton-Thompson, renowned for her expertise in African archaeology, employed a multidisciplinary approach, incorporating stratigraphy, pottery analysis, and comparative studies with other sites in the region. Her meticulous work definitively established the African origins of Great Zimbabwe, demonstrating that the site's construction techniques, artifacts, and cultural elements were consistent with indigenous African traditions, debunking the claims of external influences. These groundbreaking archaeological investigations, driven by scientific rigor and a rejection of colonial biases, marked a turning point in the understanding of Great Zimbabwe. They not only restored African ownership of its past, but also paved the way for a more accurate and nuanced appreciation of the site's significance within African history. Section 7. Great Zimbabwe and Post-Colonial Zimbabwe, a Symbol of Resilience. The year 1980 marked a pivotal moment in Zimbabwean history as the nation finally gained independence from British colonial rule. The end of colonial oppression ushered in a new era of self-determination, national pride, and a reclaiming of Zimbabwean identity. Great Zimbabwe, once misrepresented and appropriated for colonial agendas, now stood as a powerful symbol of the nation's resilience, heritage, and the enduring legacy of its people. The newly independent government of Zimbabwe recognized the profound significance of Great Zimbabwe and its potential to foster national unity and pride. The site was prominently featured on the new national flag and became a key element in the country's coat of arms, signifying its central place in the national consciousness. Great Zimbabwe became a source of inspiration for the newly independent nation, representing the ingenuity, skill, and cultural achievements of its ancestors. It served as a reminder that despite the challenges of colonialism, Zimbabwean identity remained deeply rooted in its rich history and heritage. The site's importance extended beyond national symbolism. It became a place of pilgrimage for Zimbabweans, a tangible connection to their past and a testament to their ancestors' resilience. Great Zimbabwe played a crucial role in shaping the narrative of a new Zimbabwe, free from colonial distortions and embracing its African identity. Section 8. The Enduring Legacy, Tourism, Preservation and Future Generations. Today, Great Zimbabwe stands not only as a symbol of national pride for Zimbabwe, but also as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its outstanding universal value. The site attracts visitors from all corners of the globe, drawn to its impressive ruins, intriguing history, and the opportunity to connect with Africa's rich cultural tapestry. Tourism plays a vital role in supporting the local economy, providing employment opportunities and generating revenue for preservation efforts. However, balancing the demands of tourism with the need to protect and preserve this fragile site for future generations presents ongoing challenges. Preservation efforts focus on conserving the structural integrity of the ruins, managing vegetation growth and ensuring the long-term sustainability of the site. This involves a multifaceted approach, incorporating archaeological research, conservation science and community engagement. Educating visitors about the true history of Great Zimbabwe, challenging colonial misinterpretations and fostering a deeper understanding of its African origins remain crucial aspects of preservation. By sharing accurate information and promoting responsible tourism, we can ensure that Great Zimbabwe continues to inspire and educate future generations. The legacy of Great Zimbabwe extends beyond its physical ruins. It serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving cultural heritage, challenging historical injustices, and celebrating the achievements of African civilizations. As we marvel at the ingenuity of its builders and contemplate the mysteries of its past, we are reminded of the enduring power of history to shape our understanding of the present and inspire a more inclusive and equitable future. Section 9. Conclusion. Reflecting on the past, shaping the future. The story of Great Zimbabwe is a testament to the resilience of African civilizations, the enduring power of cultural heritage, and the importance of challenging historical narratives that seek to erase or diminish the achievements of marginalized communities. From its humble beginnings as a small settlement to its rise as a powerful kingdom, Great Zimbabwe left an indelible mark on the landscape and history of southern Africa. While the mysteries surrounding its decline and abandonment continue to intrigue scholars, what remains clear is that Great Zimbabwe represents a civilization that thrived on innovation, trade, and cultural exchange. The site's impressive architecture, intricate artifacts, and far-reaching trade networks challenge stereotypical notions about Africa's past and highlight the continent's contributions to world history. The colonial misinterpretations that once shrouded Great Zimbabwe's origin serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of prejudice and the importance of critical engagement with historical narratives. The work of archaeologists and scholars who challenge these biases, revealing the truth about Great Zimbabwe's African origins, underscores the power of scientific inquiry and the pursuit of historical accuracy. As we reflect on the legacy of Great Zimbabwe, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of past, present and future. The site's enduring presence serves as an inspiration to preserve cultural heritage, celebrate diversity and challenge narratives that seek to divide us. By learning from the past, we can create a more inclusive and equitable future, one that recognizes and values the contributions of all cultures and communities.